I just welcome all of you, all of you. We have such a special feeling right now, and so we want to carry this to each of you. And I might get like teary-eyed. I'm already starting to. So we just
What
Julie
is it that
and
brings
I
those
feel
tears?
gratitude, gratitude for being able to see that although this week was hard, um, I really had some perfect moments, some heavenly moments, and that prayer really solidified that for me. So thank you. We had a prayer before we got on here, and it was just so special. And how important it is that we really connect with our source, with our higher power. And for me, that's God and Jesus. We're going to be talking today about abundance versus scarcity and how easy it is to think that we don't have, like, we come from a place of scarcity. But guess what? We are so abundantly blessed. And it's really up to us to see how blessed we truly are. And it's up to us to see the dirt, right? Like for what it is. But then when we're ready, we set it aside or we get rid of it in some way and replace it with the beautiful, and then see God's hand or our source, our higher power in our lives. It just happened all at once. Like I was being called to share and touch and help others in a row many times. And it was a little too much for me. And so I was like, all right, Heavenly Father, God, please help me to feel lifted. Help me for this next one. Help me for this next one. And he did. He totally helped me. And then yesterday, I was feeling a little off. And I was like, okay, what do I need to do? And so I had set opportunity to go and to a spa for light therapy, some oils, a bath for our feet, and I got replenished there. I was still feeling a little bit low energy. On my way back from running an errand, I thought, well, maybe I'll just stop in because there's a chiropractor that releases emotions of blessing because I didn't have to pay for that. I just got it for my, and it was just exactly what I needed. This experience, I was able to go into this chiropractor. It worked out that the person that was coming was late. So he got me in and it just worked out perfectly. He's like, oh, it was just meant to be that you came. And I felt so much better afterwards. And I was able to go home and help my family and do the things that I needed to do. Just be on my game. It's really cool how we can come from a place of abundance and just kind of like connect with our inner wisdom, connect with this is what I need. This is what I want. And it's okay. It's okay that I get this. If I feel depleted, guess what? I can get creative because we are creators. Our creator created us to be creative. We can open ourselves up to opportunities to replenish and receive because it is accessible. It is there. That power, replenishment, that rejuvenation, it is all there for us. We just get to be creative and figure out how the universe can bring it to us.
I completely agree. What a neat story. What a neat thing to have happened this week. And I was thinking we were going to talk about this a while back, but now was the perfect time after this week that you could see those things. And I know you see them all the time, but how neat to have that experience where you gave and you received. I think of that abundance. I think, oh, well, it's going to come in this way, or it's going to come this way, because my finite mind thinks, I know of ways that it could happen. But when I, like you talked about, when I open myself up to possibilities and things maybe I've never even thought of, like things could happen. Things are available that we can't even possibly think about. I mean, wouldn't even know. And I have a couple things that I wanted to share that from what you shared. And one is years ago when my kids were when my kids were little, and I was expecting my fourth baby, and I had, and so I had my kids close together, so they were, still small, and I needed a double stroller. And so my mom and my siblings bought me a double stroller. Well, and it was fabulous. It was wonderful. Well, 2 weeks later, a neighbor came to our house and said, we're getting rid of this double stroller. It was the exact same one that they had purchased. They said, we're getting rid of this double stroller. Would you like this? And I thought, okay, I just got rid of this one. it was there. It was already, that opportunity was already there. And I don't know, I've thought many times about that, because here's something that just happened just last night. So I've been needing a clock. I just need a clock in my room. I don't need it for an alarm clock. I actually don't use an alarm clock to wake up. I just wake up when my body is done sleeping, and it's usually pretty early and way before I need to get up. So I don't need an alarm clock. I just needed a clock so that I knew this, that I could say, oh, it's this time when I got up. I didn't have to turn on my phone and check the time. So a couple of weeks ago, I thought, I'm going to go get an alarm clock, or I'm going to go get just a clock in my room. Well, I just haven't. And then last night, my daughter was, I didn't know she had this. My daughter was getting rid of her little clock that she had in her room because she got another one. And I was like, whose is this? Well, now it's mine. So guess what I had this morning? I had a clock in my room.
Yay.
And it makes me realize, just like with you, here's what I know, is that everything we need, like you said, Haley, everything we need is right around us. Yes. And sometimes we think of it like as, oh, we just need the money. Well, maybe it's not the money. Maybe it's the person. Maybe it's the person who has the knowledge that will help us get to the next level, will help us with this goal. It's not the, oh my goodness, I have all these blocks. Well, maybe it's someone who has that information, who's willing to share that abundance of information to give to us. Like, all the things we have are right around us.
Yes. And I love that, because, we always say it takes a village to raise a child.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a village to connect and feel like we're not alone, and realize that support system is actually there for us if we look in that perspective. Mm-hmm. It's there, and we don't have to be alone, no matter what our situation, no matter if we're single, no matter if we're widowed, no matter if we're married and our husband's traveling all the time. We really do. We are blessed around us. These things that can help us feel not alone, feel supported, feel empowered, and like we aren't stuck and we are moving forward.
Absolutely. And that's an abundance feeling, a feeling of connectedness, of community. When we think of scarcity, when we think of scarcity, I would equate that to feeling alone. Oh, I'm all in this together. And it's more of like, oh, poor me. It's like this feeling of, I can't do this, or I am all alone. And I believe that's also a scarcity mindset. But when you look around and you're open to what's around you, it is amazing. Yes, it is. May I share another story? Yes. Okay. So last week, after I lost my job, my husband and I were having a discussion. I said, let's just say a prayer. And he said, okay. So we said a prayer. And in my prayer, I invited abundance in. I just say, okay, I am ready. Bring in abundance. I trust you. I'm ready for you to provide me and bless me with opportunities to make this money, to compensate for what I am lacking now. And I lack, so I need your help. And I will do the work. I have to surrender. I have to give my part too. But
any way that you can bring sources of income or any opportunities, bring them. And 10 minutes later, I was blessed with $160. They gave me an opportunity to make some money. And I said, okay, I'll do it. And it only took me a few phone calls. It was so cool. When we come from a place of abundance rather than scarcity, our brains focus and create opportunities and options. When we come from a place of, oh crap, now what are we going to do? Oh no.
Oh no, poor me.
Much less a year. Now what? And we focus on that, nothing's going to come, or it will be more difficult for it to come. So we get to trust. We get to trust our higher power. We get to be like, okay, I know you're going to take care of me, and I'm going to do the work to get this to happen. Please bless me and open up my mind, that creativity, so that this can happen.
Yes. Yes. And it goes back to what you said at the very beginning. I believe it's about gratitude, ways to bring in that gratitude so that it opens everything up, instead of this focus, like you talked about, like this focus of like, oh, poor me, I can't do this, to,
Yes.
oh my goodness, I see so much. I see so much. I always bring it back to like my own body, bring it back to myself. And if we truly think about who we are, like if we take it to a cellular level of how many cells we're made of this abundance just in our body. I mean, it is amazing how much, we are abundant just in our physical form. We are abundant, like if you just look at your clothes, like how many threads did this take to make? And who else made it? Who else contributed to me having this? Who else, like all of the things that are right around you that are so abundant. And if we take it beyond that, of all the things that we have, abundance of food or things that we have available to us, light, just anyway, I love talking about it. But it starts with us. I mean, this body, your body is just abundance in our physical form. I mean, that's enough to remind us, wow, this is abundance.
I appreciate that so much, because when you were talking, it made me think about awareness. We get to be observant and aware. I mean, our lives are going so crazy, and we're always so busy, and it just helps us to pause and see that abundance, the threads in our shirt, compared to that we can just flip a switch on and we have light. Or one time my garage door wouldn't work, and it was so frustrating. But I mean, even just something so simple, being able to just open my garage door with a button instead of having to go and manually lift it up. Yes, manually lift it up like I did when I was a kid. It's interesting, but we almost take it for granted. It's our natural way to see what we don't have. And we get to practice and work on what we do have right in front of our eyes.
Yes.
So that we can build more and create more.
Yes. And that leads into a recording that we've done of our ways to create goals. And that when you come from a place of inspiration instead of desperation, when you're saying, okay, what are the things I want to work on or I want to accomplish? Instead of coming from, this place of, what do I need to work on? Instead to come from a place of gratitude. Oh my goodness, look at all these things that I do, that I am, that I have, that I am being, then and we explain that in the recording of how you can move forward from a place of abundance and inspiration instead of from this place. Oh, I've got to do this. I've got to work on myself. But when you come from this place of, oh my goodness, look at what I've accomplished. Look at what I am capable of doing. Look, my gifts. And then I move forward with each step. Then I can move forward with the next best step. It's such a different experience.